ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 2nd, 70 years in celebration in August Revolution and National Day Republic Socialist Vietnam. This morning at the historic Baden Square had a solemn meeting which celebrates a great day of nation. At the meeting, Trương Tấn Sang, President, reviewed the great achievements of the nation during 70 years, and he indicated difficulties and challenges which Vietnam must overcome in the future. After the meeting, there parades and march. About 30,000 people represent people's armed forces, the mass force and the components of social force such as veteran, worker, farmer, intellectual and businessmen who join in parade. August the 31st in Warsaw, Poland, Embassy of Vietnam. They held a solemn celebration for 70 years independence and 65 years of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Poland. Phạm Kiến Thiết, ambassador, has reviewed some basics of development during 70 years. On behalf of Vietnam State, he thanks for government and police which helped Vietnam's people in a long time. I hope that cooperation and traditional friendship of two nations will develop. Vice President of Poland Parliament has wished Vietnam continue to achieve many economic and social accomplishments. Vietnam and Poland friendship also have sustainable development. In the morning, September the 1st, Embassy of Vietnam in Cambodia also held solemn celebration for 70 years of August Revolution and Independence. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Ho Nam Hong of Cambodia congratulated the great achievements which Vietnamese achieved in recent years. He emphasized the two nations, Cambodia and Vietnam, which have a long tradition of fighting side by side against aggressor and gain independence, sovereignty, protect the territory of each nation. Today, relations of friendship, solidarity, and cooperation between the two nations also grow. Before, Mr. Thạch Dư, Vietnam's embassy in Cambodia and staff at some offices such as the Vietnamese Association of Cambodia from Vietnam and businessmen have visited and placed a wreath in Vietnam volunteer monument at Phnom Penh City. On the occasion, the fourth President of Congress Conference in the World in New York, USA. In the morning, September the 1st, Mr. Uông Chu Lưu, Congress Vice President, has met Mr. Demetrius Papadimoulis, Vice President, European Parliament. Mr. Uông Chu Lưu affirmed that Vietnam is ready to incorporate closely in the field, especially deal with global issues such as climate change, sustainable development against weapons of mass destruction, migration, and energy. He wished European Parliament will support Vietnam with ratified partnership and comprehensive cooperation (PCA) with Vietnam. Vice President European Parliament said that the relations between the EU and Vietnam Congress are maintained and concerned in recent years. Continue with the international news. Yesterday, the political party of Singapore has officially entered the election campaign last 10 days to prepare for general election in the next September the 11th. There are 179 candidates from 9 political parties and 2 free candidates failed to elect for 89 Singapore MPS seats during general election this year. This is the largest number of candidates and congressional seats in the history of Singapore. Singapore has 29 constituencies uh, consist of 13 single precinct. With it, precinct will choose candidates to represent their constituencies. Besides, there are 16 constituencies, which each constituency will choose 5 or 6 candidates. The investigation of bombing in Bangkok Air temples has made new progress. August 31st, Thailand Prime Minister has announced that they caught the second suspect in a checkpoint at the border in Cambodia. He said that the objects were captured on while attempting to escape border gates penalties of Sakao, eastern province of Thailand. Mr. Prayut Chan-o-cha described he is not a Thai citizen. This is the second foreign person arrested related to bombing last month at Erdogan's reign makes 20 deaths. The unemployment rate in the region, the European Common Currency euro fell to the lowest level in the over 3 years. This raises hope about the economy recovery. According to data from the Statistical Office of the European Union declared yesterday, the unemployment rate in the region has dropped to 9.5 to 10.9 percent in July. This is the first time since February the unemployment rate in the bloc of 19 member states down to 11%. The unemployment rate of economy Germany is lowest with 4.7%. The significantly reduced of unemployment rate makes the European Common Currency bloc gradually exit euro debt crisis lasted many years. It is the last information of Vietnam news program at 10 a.m. Goodbye and see you again in the next newsletter.